Everything on Earth is either living or non-living. All plants and animals are living things, but they're surrounded by non-living things, like rocks, water, and sunshine. Nothing exists alone. All the things around us, both living and non-living, make up our environment. Every form of life, whether plant or animal, is found within its own environment. The stream is part of the dragonfly's environment. This animal, the sea cucumber, lives on the ocean floor, while the Gila woodpecker and the saguaro cactus live in a desert environment. In winter, the red squirrel's environment includes snow. A summer shower is part of the environment of the African leopard. And year-round, grass is a part of the anteater's environment. Ecology is the study of the relationship between living things and their environment. An ecologist is a scientist who studies this relationship. Do the trees provide enough protection for these monkeys? An ecologist might ask. Can each and every monkey find enough food? Or are there too many monkeys for the amount of leaves? These are ecological questions. Here we see some living things: the beaver family, the marsh grass, the reeds, and we see some non-living things, like the stream, the sunlight, the beaver dam. When we talk about living and non-living things in an area and how they affect each other, we're talking about an ecosystem. The interactions of the moose, the water it drinks, and the warm sunshine make up part of this ecosystem. And so do the interactions of these ducks, the stream bed, the mud, the dead wood, and many other things we may not even see. An ecosystem can be as small as an aquarium or as large as an ocean. The non-living things in an ecosystem have a lot to do with the kinds of living things found in that ecosystem. Temperature, for example, plays an important role, especially the extremes of heat or cold. So does the supply of water. That includes rainfall, either the abundance of rain or the lack of it. Sunlight is vital, even to life in the ocean. And soil is crucial to plants, which are crucial to animals, including ourselves. A community is made up of all the various kinds of plants and animals living together in an ecosystem. Just as we are part of a community, so are these bright fish called Garibaldi. The moray eel is also part of this community, along with the sea lions and the kelp. A population is made up of all the animals of the same kind living in a community. A population of buffalo is called a herd. A dense population of pelicans can have less elbow room than the population of a crowded city. This Cape hunting dog belongs to a population which lives in the same African community as these wildebeest. The size of one population affects the size of the other because wildebeest are hunted by the wild dogs. The more wildebeest, the more dogs. Fewer wildebeest, the fewer dogs. Each animal in a community has a particular place where it's usually found. This is its habitat. The dipper, for example, is almost always found along a fast-flowing mountain stream. Cool streams are also the habitat of the trout. The steep slopes higher up are the habitat of the mountain goat. Some animals can live in two or more very different kinds of habitats. There are mountain lions in the snow and in the desert. A family of great horned owls lives in the saguaro cactus. But in the same way that various people may live or work in the same building, various animals may share the same habitat. The Gila woodpecker also lives in the saguaro. And bees come to feed on the saguaro cactus flowers, picking up pollen at the same time. A cactus wren comes to gather nesting material, while a hawk uses a saguaro as a lookout. A Gila monster searching for a meal invades a dead saguaro cactus and takes advantage of an unattended nest. Like the other residents of this habitat, the Gila monster has its own role to play. The role an animal plays, that is, the specific way it fits into its habitat, is called its niche. For instance, both zebras and wildebeest are grass eaters. But only the top layer of grass is eaten by the zebras, while the wildebeest eat only the middle layer of grass. Same habitat, same grass. But for the zebra and wildebeest, different niches. In an ecosystem, a food chain is a series of animals feeding on other animals or on plants. Rabbits eat grass. Mountain lions eat rabbits. A food chain always starts with a plant because plants make their own food with energy from the sun. Eventually, the deer which ate the plants might make a meal for a bear. While a rabbit would be too small to share, a deer is enough to feed 2 meat eaters. The same communities of animals may live within a particular environment for years. Natural disasters can occur. Disasters such as fire or drought. It can take years for the environment to recover, but with time, new life may win the struggle to survive. Humans are the greatest challenge to the survival of the wild world. To gain more resources and more room, we may damage or destroy an environment forever. But the harm doesn't stop there. Pollution, the contamination of the air, water, and soil, is a danger to all forms of life. And that includes ourselves. Yet there is hope for change as more and more of us become aware of the needs of nature. The natural world needs our understanding as well as our constant protection and care. We can't afford to ignore the life around us because the quality of our lives depends upon the well-being of the earth and all the life within it. Now, to review. An environment includes all the living and non-living things around an animal. An ecosystem is made up of living things interacting with one another and the non-living things in their environment. A community is made up of all the plants and animals which live together as part of an ecosystem. A population is made up of animals of the same kind living in a community. A habitat is the particular place where a member of the community is usually found. An animal's niche is the way it fits into its habitat, the role it plays in the community. A food chain is a series of animals feeding on plants or other animals. Communities may survive for many years, but natural disasters can cause drastic changes. People can cause permanent damage. Yet there is hope, though much has to be done, and soon.